Hello everyone. In this video I'm gonna try and show you how I made a lithium-ion cell charger from a USB cell phone charger battery pack. I did this primarily because I have a lot of battery that I salvaged from old laptop packs. Um, those were not good anymore as a laptop battery, but they usually hold a couple of good cells in them, so I've taken them apart and I was left with a lot of batteries that I had nothing to charge them. So those batteries, they require specific voltage. If you overcharge them, they can become very dangerous. Um, well, not very dangerous, but they can vent and overheat and whatnot. Some of the cheaper brands can also catch on fire, so that's not something I want to happen. Also, I don't really have an adjustable current limiting power supply, so I didn't want to have to stay next to the battery and watch the voltage as it goes up. So what I did was I took a USB battery pack. This is usually sold to charge your cell phone or other device. So it comes with a little USB cable. This one is micro USB, but you can get other types. So what you do is you actually plug this into your computer or any USB charger, and it recharges the battery, or actually the cell that's inside this little box. There wasn't a wire here originally. That's the modification I did. So I'm gonna tell you how I did this. First you have to take the pack apart. This one was rather easy to take apart. There's a little sticker in the front here, and there are 4 screws. This is not really something that's hard to do or really complex, but it can be quite useful because you can use this to charge single cells, or maybe not too much at a time. I've tried to charge 3 cells at the same time. It took a very long time. It did work though, but this is not really designed to do this. It's better if you charge only 1 cell at a time. So I'm trying to take it apart. Okay, so here's the little charger circuit in here. Originally those 2 wires weren't soldered there. I added them. There was 2 metal tabs and this cell inside the box. So what I did was cut off the metal tabs and replace them with 2 wires. Be sure you check the polarity and get it right, because you don't want to reverse the polarity on the cells. The cell that came in it doesn't have any markings on it, so I don't know if it's a brand name or a cheap Chinese one. I don't really care because I have so much from old laptop battery packs. It was good though, it worked okay. So what I did was I added a length of wire. I made a hole in the bottom, and I added an RCA type plug to the other end. Those are sold in electronics shop, or you can salvage them from old stuff that uses that type of plug. You can also use another type, it doesn't really matter. It's just that I have a lot of those. I use also those for the other end so that I can plug them in. It's quite easy, works well. Those are not designed to carry a lot of current, but for this application it's going to be quite enough. So one thing you want to make sure though is that you use this side on the charger and you use the female part on the battery, because the male part can be shorted quite easily by any metal object. So you don't want to short those cells. They can become very hot very quickly and they can vent, which means there's a gas inside that gets created and there's a lot of pressure. It's going to come out. So you don't want that to happen. It can be dangerous. There's acid in there. So you don't want that to happen. So what I did also was I made a little cable from 2 alligator clips. You can get them anywhere. I've ordered a big pack. There's a 20 in here from dealextreme.com. Cost me about $2. So now what I can do, once this is back together, also I had to hot glue the circuit to the top part of the case, because what was really holding it all together was the cell fitted in the tube here. So I had to make sure it wasn't all loose inside. I'm just gonna put it back together. Oops. Also, this is my first video really that I'm trying to make, so please bear with me for the camera and everything. I'm French Canadian, so if you notice a little accent or my English is not that good, please bear with me. Here you go. So you have the in to charge. It comes with this cable, but I didn't want to have to rely on my computer, or if something goes wrong I didn't want to blow my USB controller on my motherboard. So what I did was using a wall USB adapter that came from an old cell phone. So now I can just plug this in the wall and charge my cells. A neat little trick that I got from other YouTube users was to use small neodymium magnets. So because those cells, they don't really have anything you can attach to, because I've removed the original metal tabs that are spot welded on them, and usually you do not want to solder onto those batteries because you could damage them. Most people still do, so I guess it's not that bad, but I'd prefer not to. So I made sure to use red and black so it's easy to know which one is the positive and the negative end. This battery I've been charging for a couple hours now, so I'm just gonna check which voltage it is at. Right now, uh, 4 volts. So it's not full, but this battery, when I took it out of the laptop pack, it was originally 0.84 volts, so that's really bad usually for those type of cells. It did recover though, so I'm quite happy. I have a lot of other ones that were in pretty better shape than this one. So what you do is simply connect those and the wall charger. Gonna plug this into my power bar. So on this model, the red light means it's charging, and when it's full it becomes blue. So I know when the cell is full or relatively full. Those cells take a charge up to 4.2 volts. You do not want to go over that because you could damage it, and that could be dangerous. So that's why I wanted to make a charger that had a circuit already made for lithium-ion cells, so that I would not use dangerous methods for charging them. You can also keep them in little packs, because usually when you take it out of the laptop battery packs, they're a couple of packs, like 3 or 2 cells in parallel, coupled with other packs in series, so that gets you around 11 or 12 volts. I don't remember really. So I can charge those also. The alligator clips are really useful when you still have the metal tabs spot welded on them. So my charger's going crazy when there's no battery on. And here you go. So this is charging. As I think I've mentioned earlier, you can charge multiple cells at once, but this circuit is really only meant for one, so it takes a lot of time to charge those 3 batteries. A couple of hours. It really takes a lot more time than only one cell. But hey, at least I have a charger for all those lithium cells I've salvaged. As you can see here, I have quite a lot. I have a lot more over there. So yeah, those can be really useful to power high-powered flashlights, lasers, whatever really that needs battery power. They're also used inside power tools like drills and whatnot. So now you know you can make yourself a little neat charger. Another fun thing about this charger is that now I can use bigger packs to recharge my cell phone if I want to. Just plug the USB cable in the outlet and this into my cell phone. We're gonna try it now. There you go. I don't know, can't really see it that well on the camera, but it's charging. I don't really know how much power there's left in that specific pack though. Eventually I'm gonna buy a charger that can also test how much milliamp hours those can carry, because that's something useful to know. If you want to build a bigger pack, you usually have to couple the cells with cells that are in a relatively same state as the other cells you're in the same pack, because if you have one that is weaker than the other ones, it could damage the other ones too, so you don't want that to happen, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty much my little project. Also, you can make battery packs like this one. It's not neat because I've used electrical tape. Shrink tube would be better, but I didn't have any that was big enough, so I'm gonna buy some eventually. So what I do with this one is plug this in, and then with a rubber band I can carry this around and charge my cell phone. It's not pretty, but it works, and that's all I'm interested about really. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you.